सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ओम सच्चिदानंदरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तावत्रय विनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नुमः। निगमकल्पतरोर्गलितं फलं शुकमुखादमृतद्रवसंयुतं पिबत भागवतं रसमालयं मुहुरहो रसिका भुवि भावुकाः। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं। समस्तदेवताभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराण आचार्येभ्यो नमः। परब्रह्मणे महाविष्णवे ब्रह्मणे सनकादिमुनिभ्यो नारदाय वेदव्यासाय शुकब्रह्मर्षे सूतमहामुने शौनकादृषिभ्यो त्रयादृषिभ्यो प्रह्लादादिभक्तजनेभ्यो आदित्यादिनवग्रह देवताभ्यो नमो नमः। दशदिक्पालेभ्यो नमो नमः। ओम मातापितृदेवताभ्यो नमः। ओम श्री दक्षिणावर्ति दत्तात्रेय हयग्रीवादिगुरुभ्यो नमः। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। ओम श्री कृष्ण परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणम् एकादश स्कन्धः मुक्तिर्हित्वान्यथारूपम् स्वरूपेण व्यवस्थितिः अथ अष्टादशोऽध्यायः। श्रीभगवानुवाच। Only 48. Chant the whole chapter once more. Nothing wrong. श्रीभगवानुवाच। वनं विविक्षुः पुत्रेषु भार्यां न्यस्य सहैव वा वन एव वसेत् शान्तः तृतीयं भागमायुषः कन्दमूलफलैर्वन्यैः मेध्यैर्वृत्तिं प्रकल्पयेत वसीतवल्कलं वासः तृणपर्णाचिनानि च केशरोमनखश्मश्रु मलानि बिभ्रूयाद्दतः न धावेदप्सु मज्जेत त्रिकालस्थण्डिलेशयः ग्रीष्मे तप्येत पञ्चाग्नेन वर्षाश्वासारषाड्जले आकण्ठमग्नः शिशिरे एवं वृत्तस्तपश्चरेद अग्निपक्वं समश्नीयात् कालपक्वमथापि वा उलूखलश्मकुट्टः वा दन्तोलूखल एव वा स्वयं सञ्चिनुयात् सर्वम् आत्मनो वृत्तिकारणं देशकालबलाभिज्ञः नाददीतान्यदाहृतं वन्यैश्चरपुरोडाशैः निर्वपेत् कालचोदितान् न तु श्रौतेन पशुना मां यजेत वनाश्रमे अग्निहोत्रं च दर्शश्च पूर्णमासश्च पूर्ववत् चातुर्मास्यानि च मुनेः आम्नातानि च नैगमैः एवं चीर्णेन तपसा मुनिर्दमनिस्सन्ततः मां तपोमयमाराध्य ऋषिलोकादुपैति मां यस्त्वेतत् कृच्छ्रतश्चीर्णं तपो निःश्रेयसं महत कामायाल्पीयसे युञ्जात् बालिशः कोपरस्ततः यदासौ नियमे कल्पः जरया जातवेपथुः आत्मन्यग्नीन् समारोप्य मच्चित्तोऽग्निं समाविशेत यदा कर्मविपाकेषु लोकेषु निरयात्मसु विरागो जायते सम्यक् न्यस्ताग्निः प्रव्रजेत् ततः इष्ट्वा यथोपदेशं मां दत्त्वा सर्वस्वमृत्विजे अग्निं स्वप्राण आवेश्य निरपेक्षः परिव्रजेत विप्रस्य वै सन्न्यसदः देवादारादिरूपिणः विघ्नान् कुर्वन्तयं ह्यस्मान् आक्रम्य समयात् परम् बिभ्रूयात् सेन्मुनिर्वासः कौपीनाच्छादनं परं त्यक्तं न दण्डपात्राभ्याम् अन्यत् किञ्चित् अनापदे दृष्टिभूतं न्यसेत्पादं वस्त्रपूतं पिबेत् जलं सत्यभूतां वदेत् वाणीं मनःपूतं समाचरेत् मौनानीहानिलायाम दण्डावाग्देहचेतसां न ह्येते यस्य सन्त्यङ्ग वेणुभिर्न भवेत् यतिः भिक्षां चतुर्षु वर्णेषु विगर्ह्यान् वर्जयन् शरेत सप्तागारान् संक्लुप्तान् तुष्ये लब्धेन यावता बहिर्जलाशयं गत्वा तत्रोपस्पृश्य वाग्यतः विभज्य पावितं शेषं भुञ्जितः शेषमाहृतम् एकश्चरेन्महीमेतां निस्सङ्गः संयतेन्द्रियः आत्मक्रीडश्चात्मरतः आत्मवान् समदर्शनः विविक्तक्षेमशरणः मद्भावविमलाशयः आत्मानं चिन्तयेदेकम् अभेदेन मया मुनिः अन्वीक्षेतात्मनो बन्धं मोक्षं च ज्ञाननिष्ठया बन्धः इन्द्रियविक्षेपः मोक्ष एषां च संयमः तस्मान् नियम्य षड्वर्गं मद्भावेन चरेन्मुनिः अविरक्तः क्षुल्लकामेभ्यः लब्ध्वात्मनि सुखं महत पुरग्रामव्रजान् सार्थान् भिक्षार्थं प्रविशन् सरेत पुण्यदेशसरिच्छैल वनाश्रमवतीं महीम वानप्रस्थाश्रमपदेषु अभीक्ष्णं भैक्ष्यमाचरेत् संसिद्ध्यत्याश्वसम्मोहः शुद्धसत्त्वः शिलान्धसा नैतद्वस्तुतया पश्येत् दृश्यमानं विनश्यते असक्तचित्तो विरमेत इहामुत्र चिकीर्षितात् यदेतदात्मनि जगत मनोवाक्प्राणसंहतम् सर्वं मायेति तर्केण स्वस्थस्त्यक्त्वा न तत्स्मरेत् ज्ञाननिष्ठो विरक्तो वा मद्भक्तो वानपेक्षकः सलिङ्गानाश्रमान् त्यक्त्वा चरेदविधिगोचरः बुधो बालकवत् क्रीडेत कुशलो जडवच्चरेत वदेदुन्मत्तवत् विद्वान् गोचार्यां नैगमश्चरेत वेदवादरतो न स्यात् न पाषण्डी न हैतुकः शुष्कवादविवादेन कञ्चित् पक्षं समाश्रयेद नोद्विजेत जनाद्धिरः जनं चोद्वेजयन्नतो अतिवादान् तितिक्षेत नावमन्येत कञ्चन देहमुद्दिश्य पशुवत् वैरं कुर्यात् न केनचित् एक एव परो ह्यात्मा भूतेष्वात्मन्यवस्थितः यथेन्दुर्दपात्रेषु भूतान्येकात्मकानि च अलब्ध्वा न विषीदेत काले काले शरं क्वचित् लब्ध्वा न हृष्येत् धृतिमान् उभयं दैवयन्त्रितम् आहारार्थं समीहेत युक्तं तत्प्राणधारणं तत्त्वं विमृश्यते तेन तद्विज्ञाय विमुच्यते यदृच्छयोपपन्नान्नम् अद्यात् श्रेष्ठमुतावरं तथा वासस्तथा शय्यां प्राप्तं भजेन्मुनिः शौचमाचमनं स्नानं न तु चोदनयाचरेत अन्यांश्च नियमान् ज्ञानी यथाहं लीलयेश्वरः न हि तस्य विकल्पाख्या या च मद्वीक्षया हता आदेहान्तात् क्वचित् ख्यातिः ततः सम्पद्यते मया दुःखोदर्केषु कामेषु जातनिर्वेद आत्मवान् अजिज्ञासितमद्धर्मः गुरुं मुनिम् उपाव्रजेत तावत् परिचरेत् भक्तः श्रद्धावान् अनसूयकः यावत् ब्रह्म विजानीयात् मामेव गुरुमादृतः यस्त्वसंयत षड्वर्गः प्रचण्डेन्द्रियसारथिः ज्ञानवैराग्यरहितः त्रिदण्डमुपजीवते सुरानात्मानमात्मस्थं निहनुते मां च धर्मः अविपक्वकषायोऽस्मात् अमुष्मात् च विहीयते भिक्षोर्धर्मः शमोहिंसा तव ईक्षावनौकसः गृहिणो भूतरक्षेज्या द्विजस्याचार्यसेवनं ब्रह्मचर्यं तपः शौचं सन्तोषो भूतसौहृदं गृहस्थस्याप्युदौ गन्तुः सर्वेषां मदुपासनम् इति मां यः स्वधर्मेण भजन् नित्यमनन्यभाक् सर्वभूतेषु मद्भावः मद्भक्तिं विन्दते दृढां भक्त्योद्धवानपायिन्या सर्वलोकमहेश्वरं सर्वोत्पत्त्यप्ययं ब्रह्म कारणं मोपयाति सः इति निर्निक्त सत्वो निर्ज्ञातमद्गतिः ज्ञानविज्ञानसम्पन्नः न चिरात् समुपैति माम वर्णाश्रमवतां धर्मः एष आचारलक्षणः स एव मद्भक्तियुतः निःश्रेयसकरः परः एतत्ते भीतं साधो भवान् पृच्छति यच्छ मां यथा स्वधर्मसंयुक्तः भक्तो मां सम्यात् परम् इति श्रीमद्भागवते महापुराणे पारमहंस्यां संहितायाम् 11 स्कन्धे 18 ओम शांति शांति शांतिः। ओम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम, श्री भागवत शरणं मम, श्री सद्गुरु शरणं मम, श्री सूत शरणं मम, श्री शुकदेव शरणं मम, श्री व्यास शरणं मम, श्री नारद शरणं मम, श्री कुमार शरणं मम, श्री ब्रह्मा शरणं मम, Shri Vishnu Sharanam Mama, Shri Parabrahma Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Sharanam Mama, Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare, He Nath Narayana Vasudeva, Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare, He Nath Narayana Vasudeva, Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare, Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare, He Nath Narayana Vasudeva, He Nath Narayana Vasudeva, He Nath Narayana Vasudeva. Om Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langhayate Girim Yatkrupatavaham Vande Paramananda Madhavam. Om Srimad Bhagavatam Purana Tilakam Yad Vaishnavanam Dharam Yasmin Paramahamsameva Mamalam Jnanam Parangiyate Yatra Jnana Viraga Bhakti Sahitam Naishkarmyamavishkrutam Tatrunvan Prapatan Vicharnavaraha Bhaktya Vimucchennavaraha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Shri Krishna Parabrahmane Namaha. Srimad Bhagavata Mahapuranam Ekadasha Skandha Muktirhitva Anyatha Rupam Sarubena Vyavastitihi Atastadashodhyayah Vanaprastha Sannyasa Dharma. Hari Om. It's surely God's Guru's grace that at least we are getting the information as to what should be our effort, what should be our endeavor, what should be our goal in every stage of our life as we live 100 years. So too, depending on our gunas, we are put in different varna, and according to that also there are dharmas indicated. When they are followed, that is what the maximum maturity we need to have. Rest will take care of itself. When we do as it is said, we will definitely visualize in us our own growth, our own evolution, our own unfoldment. So, in this 18th chapter of Ekadasha Skandha, Mukti giving Skandha, Bhagavan is teaching to us Vanaprastha Sannyasa Dharma. Mainly the Vanaprastha Dharmas, what we have seen, so many beautiful. 2, 3, if you want to really remember, are one is fully depend on yourself for anything you require. That is the one beautiful thing about Vanaprastha Dharma, Bhagavan told. Second one was whatever were done in the Grihastha Ashrama, the Yajna Upasanadi, they must be continued. Then these Vanaprastha Ashramas, whatever the Niyama Nishtha, they are also wonderful things. They may give us some Laukika Phalas also if you ask the Lord for. But don't invest such a great tapasya for the worldly things. He is called a childish only. Who these type of sadhana, tapasya, vanaprastha, when they can give the next ashrama sannyasa or the atma chintan, tattva chintana, instead of that, if he exchanges them for worldly things, is not so great. So these are the few things regarding vanaprastha we have to remember. Other than that, taking care of one's own self and full day is engaged on some or the other anushtana. That is how the vanaprastha should do. Purpose is his heart should become cleared, emptied about all the holds, all the impressions, all the vasanas, all impurities, all negativities, all worldliness, whatever. So that he must be fit for the Guru to come and give the Upadesha for the ultimate. Then comes the fourth of the ashrama, sannyasa ashrama. Definitely, when one takes sannyasa ashrama, systematically, traditionally, all these are applicable. Even then, even if not, at least few of them, those who seek truth, those who want to experience self, those who want to grow spiritually, they can also adopt these values. It is always better, as indicated by the Lord, go to the ashrama and systematically, committedly you do it, reach out. So, in that sannyasa ashrama, first thing is what? Shastrokta Rupena, taking that sannyasa diksha through yajnayaga, through that final yajna, viraja adi homa. Then the diksha is given by the particular guru. One's own self also one can take sannyas like Bhagavan Sri Shankara, they have taken many of them. Or better is what? When we take from a guru parampara, then there is an identity which will protect us. Though sannyas is beyond all identities, but for the sake of sadhana, it will help. This is the first step. Then all that was there owned, give it to that Brahmana Rutvika, only Kaupina Danda Kamandalu. These are the ones. and accept that anything for emergency if required can be kept or taken. Other than that, he should be free of all possessions. That is what is a beautiful thing. Then only mind is freed from all obligations of maintenance or security or taking care or improving it or fear that somebody will take away. All these are thoughts only. They not only waste our energy, not only distract our mind, not only create impressions, but they don't allow us to think about the truth also. They will procrastinate all our sadhana. So all those obligations go away when we are free from all the professions. So then we have to be very careful about one thing. Key when we take up this sannyasa sadhana of knowing only the truth, lot of obstacles from unknown daivi obstacles come. Daradi rupena devaha eva vignan kurvanti. So know it. Then with that respect, reverence to all devatas, thanking them for whatever they gave throughout in many lives. Here also thanking them, we can just pray to them to leave us free as they leave us. They stop giving all those troubles of bhayankara kama krodha adi. They will come. Some ego, some desire, some way it comes. Even sannyas ashram is taken up. As we said yesterday, I have to establish my ashram, I have to develop it. I must have a lot of disciples better than others compared to. I must more famous, I must get awards. All of them are again like samsara only. They just come. If he is sannyasi, his only goal is to know the truth. He should only be aware of that. Anything else comes up, it's only manipulation of mind or maya or some devata shaktis. They have put us such obstacles in front. They can come outside also, they can come in the mind also. Then, whether they come inside or outside, as we exhaustively said yesterday towards the end of the class, keeping ourselves so alert and aware, we must see their play in our mind and see to it that they are not creating any havoc. Is तरह sannyasa is most dangerous, most risky, like a Kshurasya Dhara, where it's like one staying in the jungle endowed with lot of wild animals. Any animal can attack from any side. In Grahastha, Vanaprastha also they are so, Grahastha. But then we are one with them. We are not opposing to all those Kama Krodha. Therefore, they don't appear to be the enemies. Don't appear to be challenged. In fact, we seek them there. In the sannyasa, everything is given up. So devatas get bored. They don't want to leave us. So they put the vigna, keep alert about it. So in advance only, keep on having all upasana done much before and propitiate all devata gana or guru gana. Kshama karo for whatever done. Please don't trouble me, don't trouble me. This prayer when we do, they leave us. See, very clearly Bhagavan himself says. And they vigna they do and also to test. Like the Surasa came sent by Devatas to Hanumanji. As a vigna she came and also she came to test Hanumanji. So Rama Kaju Sabu Kari Hau Tum Val Buddhi Nidhana Ashisha Dei Gai So Harashi Chelo Hanumana. Some mantra is there like that, no? So Hanumanji was blessed only by that Devata. This much is very important to be kept in mind. Other than the truth, while studying Shastra, while with ourselves, while contemplation, no other thing should be valued. That's how the sannyasa ashrama, for its fruitfulness in getting sadvastu, one should conduct in. Now comes Vibhruyachet Munir Masaha. These all we have seen. 16th mantra is most important. Drushtibhutam Nyaset Padam Vastrabhutam Vived Jalam Satyabhutam Vadedvanim Manaphutam Samacharet. These are values for everyone, but more particularly for the sannyasa ashrama taken yati. What is that? Drushtiputam Nyaset Padam. Not even one foot should be kept without observing, seeing that no jiva is harmed, no jiva is troubled by us. That much careful. If something is there, don't put the feet. You jump, you cross, you do something, but see that the pada nyasa is done only after it is purified by the vision. Means after seeing with it and ensured. Seeing with the eyes, ensured that it doesn't harm anyone. Okay, Drishtiputam Nesedvas Padam is that. Now Vastraputam Pibet Jalam means the water should be taken, purified through the cloth. No, the filtering, etc. Even in that also, some small insects, anything, save them. Don't gulp them also. Then Satyabhutam Vaded Vanim. It is specially to the human beings. When we speak, it should be absolutely Satya. If it is Satya, you are freed first of all because there is no guilt in you that Asatya bola hai, etc. Then so always it is pain. That Asatya spoken 40 years back also is remembered now as guilt. That big is the effect of such negative values. Here, when it is spoken about Satya, we can talk about all other values also. So, Satyaputam Vadedvanim. That is two meanings. Whatever the Satya vocally that you speak, but here Vani is Shastra. So, Vani, Shastrokta Vani only in Satyavani. Therefore, that Vani only we have to speak. Anything we say, is it having authority of Shastra or not? Is it having the authority of Rishimuni or not? Is it Rutam Satyam or not? Is it beneficial to that person or not? It may not be liked by that person. It may not give that priyatha to him, priya, but still it is beneficial. No patient wants to have bitter medicine, but it is beneficial. Therefore, doctor gives. So, giving that medicine for him is Satya. In the way Satya Bhuta Vaded Vanim, this is a value for everyone. क्या करना है झूठ बोल के किसको धोखा देना है all these things should go away from our life if you really want to be spiritual after a certain age. देखो पूरे दुनिया में everybody is in that immature life of some ego selfishness and every negative value they are adopting and such a childish way they are living. Should we continue like that? Then do you think we will be qualified to get the blessings of Guru and God, guidance from the Shastra? होगा ही नहीं. Even if we sit in the class, they don't click to our mind. We will never be able to do sadhana. One of the very important sadhana in life is satyata and rujuta, straightforwardness and truthfulness. We cannot avoid them. Satyaputam vaded vanim, very important sadhana. Take it from now onwards. Satya bolo bas. Intellectual conviction as well as the thing which is sanctioned by the Shastra. Why bolna bas? Before that, we have to have Shastra Jnanam, we have to have faith in Shastra and all that. Here, Shastra Jnana abhi liya nahi, he is sannyasi, he has not gone into the Guru. Therefore, here Satyaputa means what? That in which the hita of other person is there, that is Satya. Satya and hita go together. Satya will definitely give him hita. Yeah, Satyaputam Adedvanim. Fourth one is what? Manaputam Samacharet. The acharana at every moment is with the purified mind. Purified mind is the intentions of the mind are only for the benefit of the people, for the service of the people, for their own well-being only. Our vachika acharana, kayika acharana, manasika acharana should be there. The intentional purity. Only one rule. Why me? Not even one jiva should suffer even once, even in dream. Whomever I can help, O Lord, may it happen so. But I must not harm. That's called manaputa. Mind is purified, absolutely. Really, it's a blessing. It just happens, when you are with the Guru, with satsang, with Shastra study, slowly, some knowingly, some unknowingly, non-positive go away. These type of positive convictions come. Manaputam samachareta, pure is the mind. So when you talk to someone, you express the words out of purity of intention, really to console that person. When you invite that person lovingly, ajao, manaputam only, really you invite. When you go to that person, ask about how are you and all, manaputam, with the idea that, yeah, definitely they have to be fine. Like when we message you or ask you how are you, it means what? Our heart is filled for your well-being. Manaputam. Because you are seekers, you are on the path, you should be taken care. Prayers go on continuously. Sometimes vocally also asked. Manaputa. Samacharet. In that manaputi, purity of the mind, there is no crookedness, there is no, what I say, impurity or selfish intention is there. Absolutely clear. Manaputa. In the pure mind, only positive qualities, values. Never the raga, dveshadi, all of them. So, if four things remember as sadhana. Drushtiputam, Nyasedpatam, Padam, Vastraputam, Pibet Jalam, then Satyaputam, Vadedvanim, Manafputam, Samyak Acharetu. देखो आगे मेरे को तो श्लोक. This is how a sannyasi should live, and whoever lives is very wise person. is really purifying himself. Now comes the next sadhana, very important dharma for the yati or sannyas. He says, Maunani hanilayama dandavak deha chetasam nahyete yasya santyanga venubhirna bhaved yatihe. These three are Mauna, Aniha, Anila, Ayama, Dandaha, Vak, Deha, Chetasam. A sadhaka who wants to enter into sannyasa or who has taken sannyasa, both of them, they have to do the danda of Vak and Deha and Cheta. Danda means niyamanam. Danda means control. Absolute hold control he must have on his Vak, Deha, Cheta. That's called as Vak, Deha, Chetasam, Dandaha. These are all the controls, punishment, not punishment. Danda is not punishment. Yeah, he is the discipline imposed. The control he has to gain on Vak, Deha, and Chitta. Vak is speech, Deha, body, Chitta. What is the control for the Vani? What is Danda for the Vak? First one, Mauna. As minimum as required to be spoken, as maximum you should withdraw, refrain from speaking vocally. Mauna. Because the moment you start, slowly the topics will go to third person or ego or some objective word, etc. Mauna. Lucky I am nowadays. Nobody to talk. None of you call me also. How much Shishya Dakshina I should give you, I don't know. But whole day only Mauna, except the classes. Fantastic. It is feeling so good inside. So calm, quiet inside. What is there in fact in this world to talk? Already 5 hours we are talking on Shastra. Interesting, is it not? Now all interest also is gone. अच्छी बात है वो. When it is required, we do all the talk. But then, if not, क्या है बात करने को इधर? You pray for others, you do your seva, that is over. If anybody particularly questions, ask anything, you give answer minimum. Okay, ba? Mauna sadhana is always good. We have to refrain from the unwanted talks. Even if it's not is not sannyasi, wherever you are, you can be in mauna and helps. That mauna should not be again to trouble other fellow. कि वो पूछी जा रहा है आप जवाब नहीं दे रहे हो ताकि उसको तंग करे. Then that is krurata. So maunam is the danda and the vak. Okay. Second, aniha. Aniha means not desire prompted activity. Is the danda for the deha. The body, here danda, they have include body and senses. Aniha means what? Not working unnecessarily, not working under the influence of the desires. That aniha is the danda for the deha. Second danda is this, aniha. Unnecessarily need not go anywhere, need not take up new projects. What more project? Baito, deha tyadat se chutkara pao, make the mind purified, enter into deep meditation. It's not so easy. You have to keep on doing. Be busy in that only. Aniha. Maximum bhiksha for survival, that much only. Other than that, here aniha includes any profession taken up, job taken up for higher and extra money so that we get comforts, etc. None of them are allowed for a sannyas. I'm asked by people sometime, Swami, you are free ho, aa jao business mein. After coming to Gurudev's feet and taking sannyas and wonderfully engaging in Shastra, Adhyanam, Sadhana, what else? How can they don't understand at what level our minds are. Poor things. They say, Swami, काम धंधा नहीं है, बेचारा बोर लग रहा होगा, चलो we'll give him a small job. That's what they think. I myself have jobs to give you. I'll pay you also. Come. The job of doing all this Shastra work and etc. And without hands and legs. Handicapped, come, orphan. So come, let us work together. अनिहा. नो विहा. ये संकल्प भी नहीं होना है, फिजिकल एक्टिविटी भी नहीं होना. What is the chitta का danda? What way the chitta has to be controlled? What is the control of chitta? He says, anila ayama. Third one is anila ayama. Anila means vayu. Ayama means control. So vayu control is prana ayama. Anila ayama is called pranayama. So through pranayama, man ka jo habitual vrittis are there, samskaras, vasanas are there, they can be reduced and one can have the वृत्ति निरोध. So प्राणायाम के द्वारा मन नियंत्रित होता है. You know, the Puraka, Kumbhaka, Rechakas, they are the enough ones. Other things, more pranayama under Guru, directly in the presence, slowly we have to master. But even the Vikshana pranayam you do, Sahaja pranayam you do, or we can do that simple one, you know, inhaling, exhaling. As it was told to us, Pura Kumbhaka Rechakvala, Bhagavan Krishna in the earlier chapters. If you remember, in the chapter number 15 or 14, he taught us all the pranayama, asana siddhi, etc., including dhyanam. So, vak ka control, maunam, deha ka control, aniha, then mana ka control, anila ayama, through the pranayama. Whenever mind gets here and there, just inhale, exhale, observe the breath going in, going out. In 1 or 2 minutes, you can see mind comes control. Remember, by every and any means, the ego or vasanas mind want to get disturbed. By every and any means, if you can quieten the mind, we are sadhak. The quietening again not under the drugs and drinks and no, not that way. Sometimes japa helps. Sometimes going and sitting in a temple helps. Sometimes listening to beautiful devotional music helps. Sometimes pranayama helps. Sometimes the advice of the guru helps. Sometimes one's own thinking. Is it not? By all these means, the rajoguna of the mind, whether it is kama or krodha or lobha or etc., should be thrown away. It should be brought into sattva-guna. Every time we have to keep watch. Like the child of 1.5 years, 3 years, you have to keep so much watch. Up to 10 months, वो हिलता जुलता नहीं, so control में होता है. Once he starts getting up and walking, that fellow is not in your control. In 2 minutes, if you are not aware, he is already on the road. In the same way, the mind, when we were listening to it, it was friendly to us when we were in pakka samsara, samsari. Now you want to transcend the mind, purify the mind, quieten the mind, which are not not familiar to it. It has not such thing, disciplining. Ever it revolts. It every moment for it tries to find a means to get out, leak out, ooze out. That is what we have to do. Some or the other technique. Here Bhagavan Krishna says, Anila Ayamaha. Morning, afternoon, evening, daily the 10 minutes minimum pranayama should be there. Then feel that quietness of the mind. When that pranayama is followed by Omkarocharana, when that is followed by Japa Adi, when it is followed by the Shastra Adhyanam, when it is followed by the contemplation, when it is followed by the meditation, then our package of sadhana every day is pakka. Like that, spend half an hour, 1 hour morning, afternoon, evening, you are on the path. Other time, don't disturb the mind with unwanted things, cancelling these things. No. Other time you can do some gardening, some other thing where samsara is not there. It can be some seva, some teaching, some nice listening. As much it is so good to quieten the mind through pranayama and all sadhana said, so much important is to protect that goodness which is gained. Uddared atmanatmanam, equally important is na atmanam avasadayat. ये हो गया मौन अनीह अनिल आयाम दंडाह वाक देह चेतसाम. This is what is to do. Without these things, see how interesting it says, कि नहीं एते यस्य संति, हे anga, anga में, oh my dear child, Uddhava, the one who doesn't have these three things, मौन अनीह अनिल आयाम, जिनका नहीं है, वेणुभिर न भवेद यति, and just holding a danda in the hand, he will not become the yati. Dandi sannyasis, one danda, two danda, three danda, they all have. Dandi sannyasi कहते हैं उत्तरकाशी इत्यादि में. Some danda भी नहीं पकड़ते हैं. Shankar Bhagavan also dandi only. He has his own danda in the hand always. The staff. That is to create an awareness. And they say that danda should never touch throughout the life the earth. Where will they keep while sleeping? All that I don't know. You have to inquire them while taking bath and etc. So just by holding the danda, you are not sannyasi. Danda means danda, kamandalu, ये सब पकड़ कर. वेणु means that danda made out of the वेणु, bamboo से बनता है ना वो पकड़ने से सन्यासी नहीं. You have to do all these three. मौन अनीह अनिल आयाम, very spashta he says. By this one sentence, all things we have to understand. Any ashrama, it's not for namesake. Like any profession, it should not be for fancying. None of the things we should do in our life just for the outer showing off, especially spiritual sadhana. Then, then we are cheating ourselves. In that, the genuinity, sincerity in which our own evolution we are seeking. Evolutions are only three steps: purity, focus on the Lord, experiencing the Lord. Purity means the shantata of the sattva guna, where there are no rajoguna, kamakrodha, tamoguna, nidradi. Every time we have to define these words when we speak so that you become aware of them. So, in this way, just by Venu, one doesn't become Yati. It will be Yati only when Mauna Anila Niyaya, Mauna Anila, Mauna Aniha Anila Ayamaha, when these three are there. Okay, now what about the Bhiksha to Sannyasi? He is given up the Agni. That last Yagna when he has done, after that he is not supposed to cook food. Up to Vanaprastha Ashrami, the cooking is allowed. Sannyasi is, he gave up the Agni. All types of Agni gives up. He has given his body only to the Agni mentally, means through that Virja Homa. Therefore, Agni Kriya is not allowed to him. इनका भी ज्वलन नहीं होता, भूस्थापित या जल समाधि करते हैं, if he dies, he also should not do any Agni Karma, Agnihotra at home or anything outside, even cooking also. Not required, that is. He is transcended that. He has refrained, he has withdrawn from that obligation by higher commitment for Dhyanam. And he has changed his identity also by choice. No more I am a grahastha or vanaprastha or any of the identity oriented person of this world. Nor I belong to this body. I am the jiva inside. I am pursuing the ultimate. That's how you learn to have all those rules. But where to get the food from? Dekho, bhiksham is only living on bhiksha. Where should he go for bhiksha? Chaturshu varnesh. गो टू ऑल द फोर वर्ण, ब्राह्मण क्षत्रिय वैश्य शूद्र, सबके पास जाओ भोजन के लिए, लेकिन विगर्ह्यान वर्जयन चरेत. बट गिव अप दोज पीपल हु आर विगर्ह्य, हु आर नॉट गुड. Even if a brahmana, even if a kshatriya, if they are not pure hearted, if their sources of income are not noble, they are called vigarhayan. दुष्टात्मा है, पापी है, कलुषित मन वाला है, अन्याय अक्रम करता है, he goes on cheating the world. If you take the food from them, you will suffer. Just like Bhishma Drona. The only reason for them to die is they ate the food given by Duryodhana, who earned it by wrong means. They tell it also. Unknowingly, it makes our heart as impure. The most neglected thing in the world and most important thing in the world is food. Not only its quality and quantity timings, which doctors talk, more importantly, its source. From which person it's coming. You don't know how many people have made it impure through their nazar, bad drushti. All of that is carried in a very subtle form in that food. When you consume that, that comes. You can observe at home. बहुत लड़ाई झगड़ा करते हुए एक दिन आप नाश्ता खाना बनाओ. That when it is eaten, you'll have rajoguna in the mind. क्या करूं मैं, बेकार में मेरे को काम करना पड़ रहा है. In this tamoguna you do it, you can see the consequence of that food. But with sattva guna, there is an opportunity for me to serve. With that love, when you do it, the effect will be different. Therefore, vigarhyan varjayan. Vigarhyan varjayan, bypassing, leaving those people who are not very good, leaving them. Charet chaturshu varshneshu bhiksham. Go to all the Brahman. Don't have differentiation. That Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra differentiation is for the Laukika Vyavahara. As you have taken up sannyasa, you have to see the Lord. Lord is in everywhere. All of them have come from the Deha only, Bhagavan only. Bhagavan ka Deha se aaye. Brahmano, Mukamasid, Vahu, Rajanya, Krudha, Uruta, Dvesha, Advyagam, Shudra jayata. And mind you, I tell you sometimes, the Vaishya Shudra have more time, more purity in giving the food because they know the difficulties. They have more bhakti. Not that Brahmana Kshatriya will not have. It's all again your fortune and which people you are in, which timings you are in, which society you are in सब पे depend होता है. Only to avoid that, I will not take there, etc. A Vikarhayan includes all those sources of income where others are cheated, all cruelties are done. थोड़ा अपने साधना के लिए. Like if I have to go to Bhiksha, I'll ask them, do you take non-veg and all? भैया थोड़ा मेरे को छोड़ दो. Because that thing, your mind little cruel, so I'll become so please, withdraw. Some things which to help our sadhana, we are the initial stages. We have not reached the highest level of transcending all the matter and the mind also, where we see divinity. उतना तो आए नहीं अभी, पाठ तो पढ़ाते हैं लेकिन स्थिति तो अभी एलकेजी का ही है, नो डाउट. Therefore, we'll be careful in that. Okay, 4 varnas, one can go for bhiksha, sannyasi. Then sapta agaran, this is called madhukari bhiksha ityadi. Go to only 7 houses. We spoke about it earlier also. 7 houses means one, maximum 7 one that day. In the first house only you get bhiksha. Whether it is good or bad, sufficient or not sufficient, should not go to second. That's only. That is the meaning of sapta agara. If not available in the first, they say nahi hai, aap jao karke, go to the second house. Second house you get it, then no need to go to the third house. That much it is. Not that first house, second house, third, तीनों घरों में गए और इकट्ठा करके खूब खा के मोटे हो गए. No. In that way, 6th house you get food, very good. Don't go to 7th. 7th house you get enjoy. If 7th house में भी उस दिन नहीं मिला मानो, that दिन only the भूखा ही रहना है. That means Lord wants you to do the upavasa that day. That's why sannyas. But giving house chance of 7 houses itself is a great freedom given, no? 3 घरों में जाओ, नहीं मिला तो नहीं. तो मतलब your probability of getting food becomes halved. Is it not? So Lord is kind that sapta agaran. 7 घरों में. It's not a compulsory that go to every 7 houses and get maximum thing. One house mila, no other. Whatever it comes there, that's it. And that also saptagara, asankluptan. Asankluptan means what? Not with prior appointment, like in some samsthas, which are some Swamiji are bhuksha karke, they make 10 items and everybody is happy at home. They call us again and again. Aapke aane se acha khana ban raha hai, Swamiji. In every house, the husband saying so, I heard. नहीं तो she gives food yesterday day before वाला. Thank God you came. For your sake, a fresh food is kept made. I hope she will serve me also. Asanklupta means without appointment, without knowing. Absolutely new houses every day. There's not be any planning. Is it not? I told you long back, a year back, these 2, 3 jokes, They are jokes and real also. We used to have early morning one beggar coming. He'll stand in front of that house, ask only one thing, Amma sambar dalo, he says. You ask him why, because she doesn't know anything to make other than this one. He'll go to that. He knows which house made, which food is made nicely also. Is it not? Know all those things. In one house, she gave Viksha. Next day, that beggar brought, not sannyasi, gave a good gift to her. She opened that, wow, what a gift from the beggar. She opened and what is the book? How to make a good food. A recipe book. Like that you can make. Now it's all online, so we have reduced all, but we used to have a lot of fun earlier in our classes. So, Sapta Agaran and Asankluptana. And no, they also should not know that we are going, and we also should not know which house we are going to. Why this is so? For 2 things: to be satisfied with whatever comes unexpectedly. Second is to visualize the Lord also, Lord in and through all that. Our drishti is not to eat food and sustain the body. That will come in the future shlokas. Our drishti is Paramatma. And you will visualize, Lord gives what's required. Sometimes doesn't give, that's what required that day. Your drishti should be on the Lord, neither on the maintenance of deha, nor on getting the desired food, etc. If this is not known, then our whole sannyasa will be focused on bhojanam only. Many people, those Uttarakashi ashramas, Vichara, Viksha means, Vandara means they're happy. Not that there, anybody who takes sannyasa, even if the beginning days is not so matured or complete, as the time passes by and if he sticks to that, all the grace comes by the Lord. From the Lord, he will know everything. कोई संशय नहीं है. He will be fully blossomed as he grows in age. Doubtini. Once you take up sannyasa, you have to mature. That's it. Entire Rishi Parampara, Guru Parampara, all devatas, entire gurus of the whole past, they will be around that sannyasi to protect. Beta, tumne sannyas liya hai, we will protect you, will take care of. That we experience every day. So, here, this much. Saptagaran asankluptan, then tushyet labdeta yavata. Already we said, labdena. Whatever has come with that, be contented yavata. Yavata means the quantity wise also, all the what variety they give or quality they give, whatever comes, be trupta. And this also, trupti is to be practiced by everyone. Learn the trupti, one item also gives taste. Even salt is not there, it will be happy. If you don't learn to be contented, kitna bhi quality, quantity, variety de do, still you want aurek. It's like when you go to marriage, 50 items are kept, still you recommend 51st item. 7 स्वीट तो रखा है, अगर ये 8वां भी होता है तो अच्छा होता है. That thought comes. All these are thoughts only, implemented in action by getting enslaved by that thought. That's the enslavement by thought. What is the meaning of we become slaves to our thought? Just practicing that thought, which is not required. What is the way of non-practicing that? Contentment. Prayer only. I go to this house, he'll give Viksha, that mother, Bhavati Vikshandehi or Bhavan Vikshandehi, whatever comes, Santushtaha. Ah. See how our mind gets conquered with this of all likes and dislikes, all labeling, etc. Is it not? Wonderful. And the givers also, depending on their own ability, capacity, किसी का कुछ है भी नहीं लेकिन best he gives. Some people have lot of things, but they don't feel like giving. That time they are not in interest of giving. They might be disturbed in their mind. कुछ तो होगा. There are 1,000 things which you cannot calculate. That's why best thing is what? To share the labdena yavata. Yavata labdena to stay. Whatever comes with that be contented. Who knows, in that house that day they may be birthday of their children. They give all Panchavaksha. Some other day is nothing. Therefore little bit they give. Koi bhi ho, these are all the ways a sannyas should conduct as regards his bodily maintenance and the required food is concerned. And fixed it is. This is not as much as we are discussing last 6 minutes also. Once decided, it's all. Go to Bhiksha, comes, you go and eat, that's it. Now, where this food should be taken and eaten when it is given, Bhiksha lekar, Bahir Jalashayam Gatva. Go to the Jalashaya, wherever the water sources are there, taking that Bhiksha. Tatro Pasprushya Vagyataha. There do the upasparshanam of the food. Through all that whatever ucharanam, see that whatever, even some subtle vibrational level, etheric level impurities are there, and the food, you remove it by mantrocharana and offer it to the Lord. Upasprasha means that. Upasprasya Vagyataha. Then Vibhajya Pavitra means make the food pavitra. It is every day we should do actually. Today onwards, let us do it. I think I must do. You only might have made the food and yet offer it to the Lord and make it pavitra. Make it a prasadam and take. Any food from today, if you can take a niyam of offering to the Lord and make a prasada, I think physical as well as subtle disturbances which come through the food because of the source, that may go away. And that will go away definitely. Anything, even eat a biscuit, remember the Lord, savarpayami, then eat it. Say to the Lord, purify this. Any impurities are there in that, oh Lord, remove it. That way, don't offer the naturally impure food and make it purified. सारा नॉनवेज भगवान के सामने रख के इसको प्यूरिफाई करो. दैट भयंकर राक्षस गुण डोंट हैव. दैट इज क्षुद्रता. डोंट मिसयूज और मिसअंडरस्टैंड द नॉलेज. मिसइंटरप्रेट मत करना कभी भी. When we are in the class of Bhagavata, what we talk is always Sattvic only. Don't bring those nonsense examples. You will be cursed only. Even if for mazak also, if you think those things. When it is said is, whatever is consumable. Even medicine you can. Oh Lord, purify. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantari Amrita Kalashastaya Sarvame Vinashaya Trayaknata Sima Vishnuve Namaha Dhanvantari Bhagavate Namaha Avayami Asmin Atsmin Bheshaje. You invite him, you can take. It will help more. That way, every consumed thing, if you divinize, I think the inside, the divinity will grow. True it is. That's why for Indian Sanatana Dharmi, nothing is consumed without offering to the Lord. Whether नया कपड़ा खरीदो या नहीं तो घर बनाओ, गाड़ी खरीदो, all offer to the Lord and take it. Even children are born, kept in front of the Lord, आपके सुपूत है, I'll take care. I'm only a trustee. That's how it is. So, जाकर वहां बहिर्गत्वा जलाशयं गत्वा तत्र उपस्पृश्य वाग्यतः नेक्स्ट दैट पावितं फूड विभज्य means not that somebody comes and asks you food. You only look around if there any needy person is there, hungry like me. Is it not? You give a little partake to him. That's the beauty there of expanding your identity with that person. And not to the same person every day who's a lazy again. If at all somebody is there who deserves it, कोई होते हैं उसी संन्यास आश्रम में रहने वाले और कोई चल नहीं सकते हैं. Some inabilities they have, so give it to them. Share with them. That's what very clearly written here. Vibhajya. Then shesham bhunjita. After that only आहृतम में जो बचा है सबको देने उसको खाना चाहिए. That's the rule they are given to them. This is how the duty dharmas are spoken, and when they are done, the result of that can be seen in your own heart. It's a beautiful thing. Now comes more deeper important sadhanas for sannyasi. Entire chapter is that only, at least next 15 to 20 shlokas. सुनो इनमें से जो भी practical है अच्छे लगते हैं, feel that they will be helpful. They all will get us rid from the mental all nonsenses. Pakka. Now comes next one. Ekascharet mahimedam. This is important. He should ekaki. Ekah charet. He should move on the prithvi all alone only. All alone he should. Unless it is very required, it's a big tirtha yatras or parikramas. Even with co-sannyasis also he should not. Because दोनों मिलकर भी लड़ेंगे. Wherever two individualities come together, if not today, tomorrow they will clash. देखो एकः चरेत महिमेता. Very स्पष्ट रूप से he should go all alone only. Parivrat. There are many that way, all alone for decades together they stay. They interact with people, but they don't need any company, they don't want any company. झुंड नहीं बनाना. फिर और एक संसार होता है वहां भी. This is a comparison about so many things it comes. In so many ashramas we can see the seniority, juniority wale, the knowledgeable, ignorant wale. This is all, if one is not alert, the mind keeps on working in binding us with various emotions because of various unwanted reasons. Anywhere it is, you can't escape it. Unless with full commitment, working hard for 5 to 10 years, unless we purify the mind and not allow it to hiss like a snake with any type of negative emotion, nobody can escape the the poisonous biting of the snake called the mind with some or the other emotion. You may be a great learned person, but if he is not alert about his mind, another ज्ञानी महात्मा सन्यासी है, उनको देखकर थोड़ा सा जलन होगा. Then you are not a sadhak at all if it comes. What is the difference between a sannyasi and a grahastha or anybody not sadhaka? If that emotion comes, नहीं आने देना, but आते रहता है तो जा careful रहना. तो एकः चरेत महिमेताम. That again living all alone gives full freedom for you to engage your entire time for sadhana. You can be deeper, you can be contemplative, you can study your shastras thoroughly, you can intensify your upasanas, all that can be done. Ekaha. The moment another person comes, you are under obligation. Is it not? People advise me, Swamiji, why don't you have another Swami come? I said, no, I am very happy with my own classes, etc. I can't come under obligation. We have gone through all Natak. What we were doing last 30 years, same thing, no? Now the time to be more deep and more study. Therefore, ekascharet mahimetam. Wonderful. Ekascharet mahimetam. Clear? Then nissangaha. Absolutely conscious that the mind is not labeling anything as good or bad. If it is good, raga. If it is bad, dvesha. Both are called sangha. The raga is positive sangha, dvesha is negative sangha. Dono sangha nahi hone, nissangha. It's the highest sadhana for a sannyas. No sangha. Allow not. See, sannyasa taken up doesn't mean totally mind purified overnight, no? कुछ लोग already करके, when they ensure they are absolutely free from all impurities, attachment, then they go to and ask, no, I am fit, please give me sannyasa, diksha is given. But most of them are, starting only they take sannyasa, then still the mind is functional, there is a chance. So be attentive and see that sangha is not made. Then nissanga is said here, includes toward the people, toward the places, toward the objects, toward the situations, toward the experiences, whatever it may be, nissanga. Nissanga. Ekaiva charir metam nissanga. Nissanga includes, in one town he went, then the temple was good, gave good food. So therefore, let me stay here for sadhana. That is also sangha only. Some people very lovingly take care. यहीं रह जाऊंगा, वो भी संग है. ना 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 ना, कहीं नहीं फंसना. They give all their papa to you. Papa means what? All their things. Again, it's a big load. If you are a high level of Brahma with Varishta, with all yoga Shaktris appointed by the Lord for taking care of sins of others, you are that way allowed. अब खुद ही साधना काल में है तो वेस्ट नहीं करना अपना साधना तपस्या. दैट इज वाई निस्संगः. देन संयत इंद्रियः. Always, all the 14 indriyas of karma, jnana and antakarana have to be completely, a watch is put on them. It's like 14 CC cameras are kept and you are looking or monitoring the monitor. You can see in that camera through who is coming, going and all. So all indriyas all the time should be under control. Now this indriya nigraha, 1,000 times we talk about, 1,000 times we listen, but only when we do them, what is the difficulty in doing that? What is the taste when it is achieved? Joy of it, we will know it. एक दिन करके देखना है. द जिह्वा को उस दिन पूरा कंट्रोल किया, मौन में रहो, तब यू नो व्हाट इज द कंट्रोल. 1 week no salt eaten, then you will know what is the taste organ called tongue is being controlled that day, that week. A pariksha. This is how we have to do. Like yesterday it was told for the vanaprasthi, ठंडा पानी में नहाना पूरे सर्दियों में भी. Then you will know how much sangha you have for the body as well as the skin. That is the sparsha indriya. So all these eva charet mahimetam nissangaha, then indriya samyata indriyaha. Then how he should spend the time. This is the most important shloka actually for a sannyasi. The 20th shloka looks to be the most pertinent, most important, which fulfills him as a sannyasi. Akele rehna, indriya nigrah karna, koi sang nahi rakhna, everything is beautiful. Then when these obstructing things are avoided, positively what he should do? Atma kridaha, atmarataha, atmavan samadarshanaha. These are the 4 sadhanas indicated for him. One is Atma Kridaha. So for him, the Krida is in his own self. Sport. There are no other people for you to sport with. There are other no sport items for you to sport. The sport is with your own self. So the contemplation on the self, studying the books which are related to the self. This is called as Atma Krida. अपने आत्मा से क्रीड़ा कर रहे. Nobody is taken as anatma, and no anatma person is, through attachment etc., is invited for any krida. Atma krida. When you are all alone, you are with yourself only. In that Atma krida, you can add your pranayama, tapasya, yoga. So you are sporting in your own sadhanas. Ultimate of them is what? Your object of sport is your own subjective self. And in that only you revel. Atmarati, not anatmarati. Krida is with the vastus, rati with the people. Ramanam, reveling. You revel talking to the people. You revel in various relations. Is it not? Every relation gives that type of joy. In your parents, that rati is different from the parents when they love, when they give everything. When the friends are there, that Ramanam is beautiful. Together you can go for walk. When children are there, so much love they give and all, so much. It looks so good to have. एक एक चीज अलग अलग रमण, ये व्यक्तियों से. So the krida with the sport items, ramanam with the people, both of them removed, only atma krida atmarati. In Gita, atma krida atmarati kriyavan esha brahma vidam varishtaha, we have seen this in Mundakar Katha Upanishad. Bhagavad Gita also yastu atmatreva syad atmatuptasmanavah atmaneva santushta tasya karyam na vidyate karma vidyate. Atma krida atmarati rataha. And some of you have done, we are doing it now. When no health issue is there, no obligations are there, you are in your own study of Shastra, slowly trying to understand the pseudo self and real self according to Shastra, and slowly detaching from the pseudo self, ego jiva, trying to identify with the real self, aham, which is Satgana, Chidgana, Anandagana, Rupa. Keep on talking about that to yourself also, contemplation only on that. Such books only one must study where Atmanishta is made stronger. That books only we have to study. Atma information, Atma Jnana, Atmanishta, Atma Sadhana, Atma Anubhuti giving books only here. Yati should study mainly, if at all. So Atma Kridascha, Atma Rataha, then Atmavan. Atmavan means what? Totally self-dependent, self-confident. Except Bhagavan, no other bharosa required for him. Atmavan is this. Atman also means repeatedly identifying with only the pure self. It's a conscious thing. Remember, these, some of the diseases as they just relapse, so too the mind's identification with the upadhis goes on relapsing till we again and again visit in conviction as well as in meditation to the real self and slowly start making it is our adda. Is it not? You first go to the place for some sales of your things. X station कहते हैं उसको. So after going for 6-7 years there, then you have sufficient number of customers. Then you open your own shop there and appoint people. In the same way, repeatedly when we enter into the self and keep on sitting in that, this thing of the mind cannot be avoided of creating some or the other identification or attachment. Therefore, Atmavan is this one. Always back to the self only, back to the self only, till it is established. Otherwise, kholo, kan kholo, some listening comes, some vastu is seen or vyakti is seen, immediately anatma bhana happens, which was earlier habit. So, atma kridaha, atma rataha, then atmavan, final most important is samadarshanaha. Samavartmana yoga, samadarshanaha. In that Samadarshana in all people in general, in fact, all Jiva Rashis look as Bhagavan, that is one Samadarshana. From them, whatever the variety of experiences coming, take all of them as Bhagavan given Samadarshana. In the mind also, see everyone as God, never have the Vishama Drushti. Vishama Drushti kabhi aane nahi dena. In this world, no Shatru, no Mitra, no Putra, no Bandhu. Everyone is God. That is sannyasi's lakshana. Shatru, Mitre, Putre, Bandhav, Ma Kuru Yatnam Vigraha Sandhav. Fir Sarvasminapi Pasya Atmanam. In all, see the self only. This is the biggest practice, toughest. But if one can do that, he is really becoming sadhak. That's how this shloka looks to be more important. Varayati Atmavan Samadarshanaha Ekasharen Mahimetam Nisanga Samyatendriyaha Atma Kridaschatmarataha Atmavan Samadarshanaha. And even if you are grasta, if you get this opportunity to be all alone, don't get frustrated. My children left me and gone to Canada. To give you sadhana, they have ran to Canada. Thank them to give you a chance to do sadhana. Make use of that time. These are all blessings in disguise. Some sadhana opportunities are there in you. Therefore, Bhagavan is giving this chance. Otherwise, your children, your bahu, bete, sab saath mein hai mano. Even this much satsang also you will not listen. Do you think we don't know about all that things? Lord is helping. Thank. If they are there, love them, serve them. It's okay. Reserving your freedom for your classes. I'm telling, even if such thing anybody gets chance, make understand that it is chance given by the Lord. भगवान given us. सब भगवान की कृपा के दृष्टि से देखना है. Clear? Now comes vivikta kshema sharanaha. Again, vivikta sthana. Very secluded, secret, lonely place. He should stay. Vivikta, secluded, lonely. Kshema, secured place. Let it be secured. Don't die just staying under a tree. One tiger came and eat you away. ऐसा नहीं. Kshema means a secured place. Vivikta is nobody should know you are there, lonely. Then Sharanaha means that is your accommodation. Vivikta Kshema Sharanaha. Not known to anyone but safe. कोई गुहा में रहते हैं इसलिए कोई कोई अपना कोई आश्रम कोई कुटिया बना लेते हैं. विविक्ता क्षेम. You know, there are thousands and thousands of sadhus, sannyasis staying in the ashramas, in the jungles, other side of the river, not this side. This side, all commercial ashramas are there. I have seen them in Haridwar, Rishikesh. Nobody knows that they are there. They don't have anything buy or anything, but उनको कोई लंगर 2-3 जगह भिक्षा होता है. Just go morning, evening, get that bhiksha. Whole time they are only in worshipping Mother Ganga, looking at Himalayas as God. Some guru there teaches them patham, study the shastra, they are in meditation. That's life worth living, one life. But उसके लिए उतना प्योरिटी, उतना तत्व जानने की इच्छा होना चाहिए ना. Without all of that, only the grahasti, samsara, यही चाहिए, then still we are childlike. Not childish, childlike. A time will come. तो विक्तक्षेम शरणः. Then mad bhava vimala ashayah. देखो, his ashaya means samskaras. Vimala, pure, they became by mad bhava. This mad bhava is what? Everything is Bhagavan. Everything is given by Bhagavan. In this way, we have to have Bhagavad Bhava again and again. Then only the mala of the mind of looking at the people as somebody other than us and comparing them with us and also mutually comparing and creating all differentiations, this mala will go away. It should not be there. All are in samsara, vechara, going through dukkha. All of them are jivas pursuing their sadhana. Through all of them, the Lord only is there. In this way, we have to develop madbhava, Bhagavad Bhavana in all. Then only the ashaya becomes vimal. One of the most greatest achievement as a human, we have to achieve as early as possible is vimala ashaya. Pure antakarana heart, madbhava. Madbhava manasa. Madbhava word comes in Gita at least 5-6 times. Uta madbhava magataha. Madbhava manasa jataha. Madbhava chadi gachati. So many times it says. Madbhava vimala ashaya. Okay? Yeah. Vivikta kshema sharanaha. Madbhava. So Vivikta kshema sharana, you are already there in the secluded place, lonely. Yet in your mind the past memories come. You remember people who have troubled you or who have loved you. सब भगवान ही है ऐसे करके remove those individuals which are coming in our mind as if they are an individual. So through them all, the Lord alone we have to feel. A व्यक्ति's impression and whatever that person has done, good or bad, उसका impression नहीं होना है. That is called विमला आशय. How do you do that? Madbhava. When that person came and gave me whatever dukkha, ananda, Bhagavan only gave. You didn't remember it that time because you are not paripakva. Now you are on the path of sadhana. Remember, the entire world is given by the Lord, created by Lord. To every jiva, whatever is he getting, Bhagavan only is giving. In such type of thoughts, reveling in that, Madbhava Vimala Ashaya. These are sadhanas, they cannot be shown how to do, and it cannot be shown when it is done. What is the experience of the pure ashaya? We have to feel for it yourself and start living in that. Then you can know it. At this very moment when I close my eyes, so in my entire past life of how many years I have lived, I was alive, I was conscious, I was not a dead person. Now also, all those right from childhood now on, I'll remember people. Now, each one of them gave me different experiences at different period of time. That was all because of prarabdha and all. But right now, as a sadhaka, can I replace all those names and forms with my own Ishtadeva and say that my Lord only came in that form at that time and gave me all that? If that I am able to do, then those memories won't trouble us. The heart will be absolutely divinized and purified. Mad bhava vimala ashaya. Even in the present also, whoever are there around, whatever are there, in all those rupa, Bhagavan only is there. Have that bhava. The purity of the heart is only Bhagavad bhava. Any bhava other than Bhagavan is impurity. Why it is impurity? Because it is not true, it is false. Because everything is God. That is goal also, that is fact also. So Vivikta Kshema Sharanaha, Madbhava Vimalasaya, then Atmanam Chintayet Ekam Abhedena Maya Munihi. So from here onwards, the highest Mandukya Upanishad is spoken. The whole chapter. For the next 10-15 slokas are a revision of all our 4 prakaranas. Agama Prakaranam, Vaitatya Prakaranam, Advaita Prakaranam, Alata Shanti. I hope you remember names or even that also. You are leaving to me only. Swamiji, आप ही याद कर लेना सब कुछ. Don't continue it that way, irresponsible, and insult me even after 2 years. You must know all that. So first one, Vivikta Kshema Sharanaha. Second one is through the Madbhavata, Vimala Ashayaha, heart is purified. Now, Atmanam Chintayet Ekam. Start doing the Chintana of the Parama Atma Vastu and Abhedena Maya. In that Atma is not other than me, whom you were worshipping so far as Krishna, etc. outside. He and that Atma are not two, they are one only. In this way, in whichever the Shastra, whichever the thinking helps you to understand, keep on doing that. That becomes contemplation. Maya bhedena. No, here all the upasana ashrito dharma jate brahmani vartate pragutpate rajam sarvam tena aso krupanasmata ato vakshyamya karpanyam ajat samtam gatam yatana jayate kinchit jayamanam samatata आत्मा ही आकाश जीव ही घटाकाशे रोध घटात संगाते जाता वेत निदर्शनम घटादिषु प्रलीनेषु घटाकाशे आकाशे संप्रलीयन्ते तद्जीवाय आत्मनि. What we studied in Advaita Prakaranam, all those are being told here. Maya abhedena atmanam chintaya. This is called as the Ananya Dhyanam in meditation, in Vedanta, in Jnana Marga. In Bhakti Marga, Ananyata is no other God. Whomever I have selected, he only. Then nothing belongs to me. I offer everything to him. I also became a dasa to him. That's called Ananyatas Parakashta in Bhakti. Sharanagati kehte hain isko. In Vedanta, Ananya means what? There's only one absolute truth is there. The Ishvara, the Guru, and the Atma are not three. Murti Bheda, there's only Bheda in the Murti. Who is there in all three? Vyoma Vyapta Dehaya. Only one like a Vyoma Vyapta, that is Parabrahma, Narayana, Dakshinamurti. To him I am saluting. That's the mantra there. Abhedena Maya Atma Anam Chintayet Ekam Abhedena Maya Munihi. So first focus on the self. आत्मचिंतन त्यक्त्वा अनात्मचिंतनम चिंतयात्मनम आनंदम यज्ञ मुक्ति कारणम. All the mantras they speak. In that Atma Chintana, how do we say the Atma Chintana is happening? When we are able to see one, because Atma is one. That's why Ekam word is important here. Thinking of one is Atma. When you think about Atma, you reach to one, because Atma are not two. The दो आत्मे नहीं होते, एक ही आत्मा होता है, एक ही self. So, ekam atmanam chintayet. And while doing that atma chintana, eka, even me also you put in that only. Abhedena maya saha. Again, don't separate ki you are different, the Brahman is different, and the Ishvara is different. The Bheda should be transcended. One only. As me here, जीव के रूप में इतने दिन नाटक चल रहा था. He alone is in the form of the Guru there teaching Patham. He alone was the Ishvara, giver of the Karma Phala Ityadi. And ultimately is a Brahma Tattva only. That one Atma, which is not an object of perception, which is not an emotion of the mind, it is not a thought of the intellect, not a concept. About that you contemplate. and it can be revealed only as an experience. Always remember, Atma ka anubhuti hi hota hai, not available for any of the senses to perceive or the mind etc. to conceptualize. God defined is God defiled. You can't define God. It's an experience. Some indications are given to contemplate on that God through all these shlokas of Upanishads. Clear? Let us never have doubt regarding this aspect. Never ever feel मेरे को आत्मा पूरा समझ में नहीं आया. वो आता नहीं. आएगा तो आत्मा ही नहीं वो. We studied in Kenopanishad when the disciple jumping joyfully came and said, Guru, मैं समझ लिया हूँ. He said, shut up. You have not understood. Go and do. Again more. You have to do the contemplation. Mimamsamev te manye, nahamanye suvedeti. Is it not? Self is never understood, remember. It cannot be. It is an experience. It is you. It is not outer thing other than you to understand, no? You may understand about the self, but not the self. They are two different things, no? You understand about a person, but you know the person is different. About the self, that it is Sadgana, it is Chitgana, it is Anandagana, it is Kamevadhyam, Sarvavyabhagam, Nirgunam, Ajam, Ajam, Ajaram, Avyakrutam, Amrutam. These are all the information about self, but information is not experience. Experience only because you are talking about the self. If you are talking about any temple or any natural scene, it can be an object of perception and you are a seer. But when it is seen, self itself we are talking about, it cannot be object, no? It is subject only. Therefore, all these definitions which we said just now, when they come to in our experience as me, then we have got Atma Bodha. Bodhyavita Tanunam, morning Durga Sukta. So, Maya Saha Abhedena Atmanam Chintayetu Vivikta Kshema Sharanaha. Then Madbhavimala Ashayaha Atmanam Chintaye Ekam Abhedena Maya Munihi. Then you can take the help of the shlokas, whatever you have studied earlier. You can go to the Guru, that will be told in the future shlokas. Or in your own self, who is that I continuously throbbing? This I is never absent. In waking, this I is there. I am there throughout the day. In dream, that I is there. That's how we say I dreamt. In sleep also, there is some I, which is when it is woken up and given a mic, he is saying that I experienced nothing, yet I was in happiness. There must be some I, then only that report will happen. No, nobody says about the sleep, nothing. They say, I didn't know anything, but I had a happy sleep. That means to certify that there must be somebody. Who is this I? Who is this I? Can the eyes be three? Not the Shankar Bhagavan ka teen aankh. The Jagra eka aham, Swapna eka aham, Sushupti eka aham. But in my own quiet feeling, I don't think there are three. Like you have three children, Bada, Dusra, Tisra. You very clear about the three children different. Even they are twins, you know, थोड़ा फर्क होता है. But in these three eyes of ours, though Jagra, Swapna, Sushupti, Purushas with the worlds different, experience may be different, but heart in heart, I know that I only was dreamer, waker and sleeper. So who is this Ekamatma? That's where coming Mandukya Upanishad, for them, everything is very clearly understood. You ask them, they will tell you, I am Atma Brahma, Soyam Atma Chatushpat, Jagarasthana, Vaishpragna, Saptanga, Ekonamsha Mukha, Sulabhug, Vaishvana, Pradam Pada, Sapnasthana, Antapragna, Saptanga, Ekonamsha, Praviviktukte, Saditya Pada, Yatra Suptuna, Kanchan, all our students will tell you about Mandukya. They're just going to write next Karika after Gaudapada. Just observing. सुन रहे हैं अब कारिकाकार ने शंकर भगवान ने क्या क्या मिस किया, then they will write their own. So they all got all the Mandukya. Beautiful. Atmanam chintayedekam abhedena maya saha. In that abheda, in fact, devotion increases, fear goes away, oneness becomes more conspicuous, differentiation goes away, even with the God. How can be Rama, Krishna other than me? How can I am other than him? It's a mutual limitation if they are two. And the drushti of Atma is not with the Deha drushti or Jiva drushti, no? That is Kshetrajna drushti, it's called. Kshetrajna. The knower of the kshetra in all beings is one. It appears to be very vague and unacceptable in the beginning that in every being the conscious self is one without second. पकड़ में आता पहले नहीं, but धीरे धीरे when you do vichara, you will come to know it. Clear? Then anviksheta atmanabandha moksha jnana nishtaya bandha indriya vikshaya moksha esham samshaya. These are the most beautiful slokas coming. They are for sadhana. Whether one has taken up sannyasa or not, though Bhagavan has put under the category of sannyasa dharmas, yet they can be sadhanas. Or whoever wants to clear their antakarana, who want to get convinced about the Siddha Vastu Paramatma and how to achieve it, सब के लिए काम को आता है. Clear? Tomorrow we'll do Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasa Purnamada Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namah. Bol Krishna Chandra Bhagavan ki jai. Sadgunath Maharaj ki jai. Thank God we have selected good Shastras and a wonderful audience giving a good company to me that we are studying together. I really heartily pray for the well-being of all of you throughout, and may you excel in your understanding sadhanas moment by moment, day by day. कि मेरा दिल से हृदय पूर्वकता से प्रार्थना है, and the Lord will answer because there is only simplicity in us. Thank you. 2 मिनट में या 5 मिनट देंगे आपको, ज़्यादा नहीं. वापस आ जाओ अपना हिंदी वाल्मीकि रामायण के लिए. तो आप सब कल मिलकर राम जी के साथ कुंभकर्ण को फिनिश कर दिए ना, अब आज नरान तक को मार देंगे हम. आ जाओ.